You think power is about presence. Surrounded by advisors, friends, allies, smiling faces, nodding heads, the applause when you speak, the toast when you win. You think the throne is warm. You think the crown is heavy, but shared. You are wrong. Dead wrong. The higher you climb, the lonelier it becomes. Not because you push people away, but because you must. Because if you do not, you will not survive the fall. And everyone falls, except those who build fortresses around themselves. Not of stone, not of iron, but of silence, distance, and strategy. That is the true throne. That is what Machiavelli whispered to princes 5 centuries ago, and what every CEO, politician, general, and king who still breathes quietly obeys today. You want to know why the most powerful people are always alone? Not because they're cold, not because they are broken, but because they have read the playbook. And the first rule, trust is a luxury your neck cannot afford. Think, when was the last time you saw a world leader, a billionaire, a general, laughing freely in a room of equals? Not staged photographs, not press conferences. Real laughter, real trust, real vulnerability. You haven't, because at the top, it does not exist. You think this is sad? Perhaps. But sadness does not keep you alive. Strategy does. Machiavelli did not write The Prince to teach kindness. He wrote it to teach survival. And survival at that level demands isolation. Not by accident, by design. Every person around you is a potential dagger. Loyalty is temporary. Proof is fleeting. Even then, do not believe it. Loyalty shifts with money, with opportunity, with threat. Cynicism? That is armor. Naivety? That is the uniform of the dead. Picture Florence, 1530. A man sits in exile, stripped of power, watching the Medici tighten their grip on a city he once served. Niccolò Machiavelli. Not philosophy, not ethics. A manual, a survival guide for rulers who refuse the ditch and the slit throat. And in chapter 26, he drops the bomb. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Everyone quotes it. Few understand it. It is not cruelty, it is control. Love is fickle. Fear is reliable. Love asks favors. Fear obeys commands. Love whispers behind your back. Fear watches its own back and yours. That is the first brick in the fortress. You do not build walls to keep enemies out. You build them to remind your friends that you are no longer one of them. Those who rise to power know this instinctively. They do not need Machiavelli. They live him. Watch a CEO after layoffs. Watch a president after scandal. Watch a general after betrayal. They do not rage. They do not explain. They stand alone, silent, unmoved. Not heartless. Showing pain is showing weakness. And weakness is a signal to the wolves that dinner is served. You think power is speeches, charisma, handshakes, photo ops? No. Power is restraint. Knowing when to speak and when to vanish. Letting silence carry the weight. Letting others wonder. The moment they believe they know, they begin planning your replacement. Consider Caesar, Julius, entering the Senate surrounded by friends, allies, senators he trusted. 23 stab wounds. Brutus, his protege, his son in trust, struck last, eyes meeting his own. Did Caesar not see it coming? Perhaps. Perhaps he ignored it. That is the fatal flaw. Believing your myth. Believing loyalty is guaranteed. Machiavelli would have said, never sleep in the same room twice. Never eat from the same plate. Never trust the man who calls you father. Too late. Always too late. Now, look at modern power. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Putin, Xi Jinping, Biden, Trump. Ideology, irrelevant. Country, irrelevant. Industry, irrelevant. Same pattern. Isolation. Controlled access. Layers of gatekeepers. Every interaction a risk. Every conversation a potential leak. Every friendship a future liability. Paranoia? Tax you pay to survive at the top. Loneliness? Price of sovereignty. You want to rule? Rule alone. You want friends? Step down. Simple arithmetic. The loneliness is deliberate. Strategic. Powerful people are not victims of position. They engineered it. Cut ties before ties could cut them. Stop confiding in spouses after the first leak. Stop trusting childhood friends after the first betrayal. Stop sharing dreams after the first time someone used them against them. Sad? Perhaps. But ask yourself, would you rather be loved and buried or feared and alive? Machiavelli answered that 5 centuries ago. Steve Jobs. Genius, visionary, adored by millions, trusted by few. Fire friends, humiliated allies. Changed inner circles like socks. Why? Control. Innovation demands control. Control demands distance. Distance demands sacrifice. Jobs did not want to be alone. He chose it. Every time someone entered his inner circle, they slowed him down, challenged him, replaced him. 1985, boardroom coup. Booted out of his own company. What did he do? Built again. Returned. Took over. Fired the people who fired him. And never let anyone close again. Not even family. Not even doctors knew his true health until too late. Not tragedy. Strategy. Fortress. Yes, the cost is high. Emotional toll, sleepless nights, paranoia. But power does not care. It only cares if you are effective, if you are in control. Happiness is for the middle class. Power is a 24/7 war. Softness is death. Openness is death. To survive, you must be feared, respected, obeyed, alone. The more alone, the more powerful. Solitude breeds clarity. Distance breeds objectivity. Silence breeds control. No distractions. No sentiment. Only decisions sharper than blades. Popularity, irrelevant. Legacy, survival, dominance, everything. Kings have no best friends. Generals do not share battle plans over dinner. Billionaires do not post true thoughts online. Every word a weapon. Every silence a shield. Powerful people are alone because they succeeded at strategy. They built fortresses, not stone, not iron, but silence, restraint, ruthless prioritization. Every person you allow in is a potential exit point for your power. They're never allowed in. Not fully. Not ever. That is not weakness. That is ultimate strength. Choosing isolation over vulnerability. Control over comfort. Survival over everything else. Cold, yes, but so is the grave. So is betrayal. So is the moment your closest ally sells your secrets for advantage. Look around. How many leaders last? How many CEOs endure? Few. The ones who do learned early. Stop trusting. Watch. Build walls. Not to keep the world out, but to keep power in. Machiavelli did not say be cruel. He said be smart. Not hated. Feared. Not lonely. Untouchable. Only untouchable survives. Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. Look at them. Isolation is not tragedy. It is strategy. Warren Buffett. Small office, no entourage, no PR scripting. Answers his own phone. Reads his own mail. Trusts almost no one. Plays golf, interviews, smiles, but eyes are calculating. Fortress built of silence, restraint, discipline. Not money, not influence, but the unbreachable mind. Psychologically, the fortress is real. Sit in a room full of people. Feel nothing. Hear betrayal. Show nothing. Receive threat. Remain still. Silence. Stillness. Unreadable. That is power. Not charisma. Not speeches. Not applause. Uncertainty is weaponized. Solitude forges it. Emotions are exploitable. Tears, weakness, anger, joy, love. Cracks in armor are knives. At the top, all feelings are weaponized against you. Smile. Handshake. Silence your defense. Connection kills power. Connection demands compromise. Compromise begins the fall. Listening to advisors, pleasing shareholders, valuing harmony over victory. Then you manage, not rule. Managers get replaced. Leaders stand alone. Make calls no one else will. Be hated, feared, misunderstood, alone. Churchill, victorious yet voted out. He knew power is rented, not owned. Rent is solitude, sacrifice, willingness to be unloved as long as necessary. The powerful cultivate misunderstanding. Mystery. Delays. Vanishing. Clarity is vulnerability. The moment they understand you, they can outmaneuver you. Opaque. Distant. Silent. Let them guess. Fear the unknown. That is the real throne. Not chair, not title, the silence around you. Machiavelli. Be feared, avoid hatred. Untouchable, unreachable, unreadable. Not tyrant, not monster, just alone. Loneliness is foundation, not cost. Shed dead weight, not friends. Applause, favors, secrets, threads tying you down. High climb, threads become nooses. Machiavelli watched rulers drown in affection, die from popularity. Men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, covetous, especially the closest. Harsh, reality is consequences. Misplaced trust, death, exile, disgrace, boardroom ambush. Century, irrelevant. Weapons changed. Players survive alone. Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen, never married, no children. Surrounded by suitors, nobles, advisors. Played them all. Promised, delayed, flirted, never delivered. Marriage meant vulnerability. Heir meant arrival. Co-ruler meant risk. Solitude became leverage. Loneliness became power. Reigned 45 years. Died alone, but in control, feared, untouchable. Mastery. Fortress strategy alive. Proximity is danger. Entitlement, betrayal. CFO loyal until better offer. VP faithful until ego bruised. Best friend loyal until price is right. Machiavelli. Self-interest rules. Not evil. Advantage rules. Friends are liabilities. Sam Bankman-Fried. Billions, open office, open heart, trust everywhere. Prison. Friends testifying. Inner circle flipped. Naivety destroyed him. Machiavelli. Lock doors. Limit access. Assume lies. Too late. Always too late. Power is silence, distance, discipline. Isolation is weaponized. Emotions buried. Every crack exploited. Fortress psychological. Unreachable, unreadable, untouchable. The throne is empty. And the emptiness is strength. Do you want to be loved or powerful? You cannot have both at the top. Machiavelli knew. History proves it. Every summit survivor lives it. Alone, silent, unmoved, untouchable. Not a warning. An invitation. To understand, to choose, to build your fortress. Not fear, but strategy. Not coldness, but clarity. Power belongs not to the likable, but to the unreadable, the distant, the alone. The real game is silence. And the real victory? Mastery.